Hello and welcome to my channel. It's Roshan Curie here with some romantic, lonesome music that I'm going to kill now because I don't think it really suits a pheasant walking along. This is a little guy that I came across when I was coming back from getting some mussels around the corner from my home, and I stopped my car and I filmed the pheasant because I was so excited. Now I do see a lot of pheasants around here. As you can see, it's prime pheasant country. This is very close to my home. But still, I get very excited when I see any wildlife. And there's a lot of it around here. I'll tell you more about that another time. So I got my mussels, took them home. I was really in the mood for mussels with white wine and garlic and shallots. This is my kitchen. And that is my green Le Creuset pot. And these are the mussels that I emptied out into the pot. Now, the mussels came from just 2 miles away. The seashore is very close to where I live. And the people I bought the mussels from, they go and collect the mussels every day and they, do something with them in a tank. And all I have to do is tap each shell to make sure that the inhabitant is still alive, and then pop them into, pull the beards off and then pop them into a Le Creuset. So you can see the little cream coloured one. That's where the sort of cleaned mussels went. Then I added the spring onions and I added the garlic. And I know you're probably cringing at the sight of me using a knife towards myself, which has proved a very bad idea in the past, but not this time. Crushing the garlic and chopping it up nice and fine. And in it goes. And then the next thing to add is some white wine. And it's called Valentino, which is very appropriate because it's nearly St. Valentine's Day. And it says in the recipe to add a glassful. So, I'm trained to drink out of a glass. So, cheers. And in it went to the pot and it got mixed around. I didn't add any water at all. Just the wine, the spring onions and the garlic. And on it went onto my gas hob. And about 5 or 6 minutes later, the mussels smelled absolutely divine. And I took some out, sprinkled them with fresh parsley from my garden. I still have a little bit left from last year. And then I decided to paint the shells. So this is my little sketch pocket. This isn't the final version of Sketch Pocket, by the way. This is just the sample that was sent to me from the manufacturer to see if all the sizes and everything were okay. And we're making a few adjustments. But anyway, so I'm using my 55 degree Fude pen. I'm using Frida ink by Roland Klingner. So it's Frida sketch ink. It's waterproof and it's by Roland Klingner. And I love a Fude 55 degree nib because you get all these different line widths, which is so nice. If you're not yet familiar with a 55 degree Fude pen, I highly recommend you buy one. And if you're not sure what to do with a Fude pen, then you should check out one of my other videos. And I don't know how to do that thing where you point to a link. So you'll just have to look for it manually in the whole list of videos. But it's not difficult to find. It's got a picture of a samurai guy and it's all black and white. I had a lot of fun making it. It's supposed to be sort of like a silent movie. So have a look and see what you think. And if you still have questions about how to use a Fude pen or even inks, or actually I have another video on inks as well. But if you do have questions about using a Fude pen, make sure and put your questions to me in the comments on this movie, because I have plans for another one and then I'll be able to incorporate them into the actual video. But on with the show. Okay, I've started painting and I've got some Payne's Grey and some Ultramarine Intense and I'm mixing them to make this beautiful dark blue colour, and I'm going to put it onto the mussels. Now, it looks kind of dark when you put it on, but it will lighten an awful lot when it dries, and then you'll be able to get your variations in colour across the surface of the shells. I'm adding some Payne's Grey and letting the colour run a little bit, because I'm sort of trying to get into a habit of just letting colour do its own thing and not be fearful of colour runs, because colour runs are lovely. They're part of what watercolour is. Here I'm adding the wood grain, which is so much easier than people think it is to do. I'm darkening up little bits of shadow under the outside edge of some of the shells. Some nice Payne's Grey. Adding a little bit of brown for the colour on the shells. A little bit of burnt umber and yellow ochre and a little bit of burnt sienna. Paint wasn't drying very fast, which is good for me because it forces me to be a little bit more patient. But there's always another part of the drawing you can get on with. Deepening up the rim of the little enamel bowl. Do you know, there's only 3 colours in this, maybe 4. There's Payne's Grey, Ultramarine Intense, Yellow Ochre and Burnt Sienna. So with maybe a little bit of burnt umber somewhere, just to darken up the brown. But it just goes to show that you can do so much, so few colours. Just filling in the little bits of table around the edge of the shell, nice and carefully. Just making sure no edges dry without being blended in nicely. So here we go, there's my 2 little candles lit to remind me that winter isn't all bad. I felt my sketch was missing something, but I didn't really want to start drawing all the bits of garlic and the wine and the onions. And then I had a really cool idea. Why not just cover the rest of the page with yellow ochre and burnt sienna, all the white bits that remained, and then draw the bottle of wine and the garlic in a nice black pen and just right on top of the brown, and use an opaque white medium like white gouache, which is what I used, to pick out the white highlights on the wine bottle and the white of the garlic. And that's what I did. Finally, the materials I used are watercolours are by Roman Schmal Aquarius, and I sell them, so I have skin in the game. My sketchbook is a Hanamula 100% cotton. I sell those. Brush is an R13 by Rosemary & Co. I am now affiliate. If you use code Roisin2024, I will get a few shillings into my piggy bank with Rosemary. Pen is a Sailor 55 degrees foodie pen, not affiliated, not associated in any way. I only wish I was. Same goes for the Frida and Lotta sketchings by Roaring Klingner. And lastly, I don't sell the white gouache, but I do sell the Sakura white jelly roll pens. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. In the meantime, happy sketching.